and I'm getting a phone call just as we start.
Of
Sorry
course.
about that.
If we
No,
didn't
every
have issues,
time.
we wouldn't have
There
a
it
cast.
goes. You're right. I was getting a phone call, but it's good. I declined it. I'm sure it'll be fine. But everybody, welcome to the OtakuCast. I am your host, Angel's Calamity. I have a small Let's Play channel where I do all kinds of fun stuff. I recently tried out Night Trap, the 25th anniversary edition, and it was so funny. Check it out if you got time. And my co-host, Directionally Challenged.
Hey there, I'm Directionally Challenged. You can find me on Directionally Challenged. I recently did a dramatic reading of some Hocus Pocus songs for Halloween.
Ooh, very cool.
Yes.
I still love your dramatic reading of Addict. I love that.
I did that for you. You won. I did it for you.
I appreciate that. Someday I'll get you to watch them because now there's an episode 2. If you guys are wondering, I'm talking about something I'm a big fan of is Vidsy Pop, Has Been Hotel, and Hell of a Boss, and just good stuff. If you're a grown person, not for children. Not for children. But I'm glad you guys are here. If you're here, you should know what we're about. We're here to talk about anime.
We're here to talk about anime and anime news, or otaku news.
Our topic for today, which we will get to after some news, is anime foods that look better than real life. Please chime in the comments if you guys have ones to add to our discussion when we get there. Much appreciate that.
And look, look, Food Wars, we know. We know.
Yes.
Food Wars, we know. Okay? In fact, I'll give a little spoiler, before we get into the main topic. I went out of my way to not include Food Wars. I felt like it was cheating.
Look, I cannot say the same. I included one thing from Food Wars.
Yeah.
What's our first topic of the day? Or our news of the day here?
First bit of news that we're going to talk about today is Funimation Bilibili partner to stream Chinese animated series Heaven Official's Blessing.
And they planned the first dub of it for 2021. Funimation announced on Thursday that it's partnering with the Chinese streaming platform Bilibili to stream Heaven's Official Blessings as Funimation's first streaming animated series beginning on Friday. The series will be available initially in the US and Canada and the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. It will also be available this winter in Mexico and Brazil. And they plan to release an English dub in 2021. And honestly, it looks good. Okay, there's this trailer, and the Funimation describes the series. It tells the story of a former crown prince, Xilian, Xilian, who after 800 years of cultivation, 800 years, mind you, a practice to attain eternal life, supernatural powers, and incredible levels of strength, finally ascends to heaven. However, he is soon banished back to the mortal realm due to an unfortunate string of events. He then runs into San Lang, the Ghost King, who later becomes Z's loyal follower. An extraordinary adventure starts as they learn about the truth about the gods in heaven.
Interesting.
Yeah? I mean, normally you watch an anime building up to ascending to heaven, not one that they've already gone and now they're yeeted back, so I'm into it. I'm into it. Very, very. And then our next news story is about one of our own anime. We're watching for Anime Club. Jujutsu Kaisen manga tops 10 million in circulation.
Woo!
Yeah. Now, you read the manga, DC.
Yes. Manga's good. Still ongoing.
Yeah.
Really good.
Awesome. The official Twitter for Gigi Akamuni's Jujutsu Kaisen manga announced on Thursday that its recent new printings of all volumes, the series has now topped 10 million copies in circulation, including digital copies. And Akatumi launched the manga in Shisua's weekly Shonen Jump magazine in March 2018. So, yeah. And then it's also publishing the manga in English on the Manga Plus website and describes it. We know what it is. We watch it. I don't need to describe it.
Yes.
And Viz Media published the manga's first 3 chapters in English simultaneously with Japan as part of its Jump Start initiative. When Viz switched to its new Shonen Jump model in December 2018, the company began pushing new chapters of the manga digitally. And we're watching the anime series right now. So, at least season 1, because it says it'll have 24 episodes, so I imagine there's going to be a season 2. But if it's
I
still
imagine.
ongoing, are we gonna have like where the manga deviates? How is the manga doing compared to the anime so far, DC?
Pretty much, if you include the chapter numbers, we're on like chapter 4 for
Nice,
episode.
nice.
Yeah. It's there's a long way to go because there's about 127 chapters out right now.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
All right, DC, what's our next news story?
So our next bit of news is Bakugan Champions of Vestroia game launch trailer streamed. The Switch game
Ooh,
launches on November 3rd, which is about 2 days from now. Publisher
exciting.
Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment and developer WayForward revealed the launch trailer for their Bakugan Champions of Vestroia game for Nintendo Switch on Thursday.
Awesome.
Yes.
There's a little trailer there, and it's an all-new action role-playing game with an original story that expands on the hit TV series and brings the Bakugan universe to Nintendo Switch for the very first time. Wait, I should have my announcer voice. The adventure takes players on an ultimate Bakugan journey as they
It
befriend
doesn't
powerful
sound much different than your
creatures.
normal voice.
No,
Do you
damn.
want
I tried.
it? Do you want my
Sure, yeah, you
announcer
do
voice?
it. Yeah, look, I don't have enough testosterone to
All
do
right,
it.
hold on.
Do it.
The adventure takes players on the ultimate Bakugan journey as they befriend powerful creatures known as Bakugan. Gear up and customize Bakugan teams for fiercely strategic battles and master their skills to become the champions of Vestroia. Players can also play online in head-to-head multiplayer matches.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good. That was
Thank you.
good. Look, if I try to do the announcer voice, it loses all definition because I am a woman.
My voice gives me strength.
Yeah, most of the time the women when they announce they do the hi, breathy and cutesy
Yeah.
and I just Anyway, our next news story is Final Fantasy 16
Heck
PS5
yes!
game reveals world. I've not beat 15 yet.
Heck yes! 3 main characters, visuals revealed for the latest Final Fantasy franchise. Square Enix opened the teaser website for its Final Fantasy 16 PlayStation 5 role-playing game on Thursday. The site, available in English and Japanese as well as other languages, details the world of the game's story, as well as 3 of the main characters.
Look, I haven't even finished 15 yet. And I know that they're not canonical, but I need to look. I got to
15?
the point of no return.
What do you mean canonical? What do you mean by canonical?
I meant like, oh, you can play Final Fantasy.
Oh, they're not
7,
and
then 8, and they have nothing to do with each other. They have nothing to do with each other. Story is not canonical.
Well, they're not canonical. They're not congruent. Like, it doesn't continue. Except for Final Fantasies like 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Well, Final Fantasies 1 through 2.
And then there's also like 10-2 and 13-2.
Yeah,
but
the stories are their own little universe.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, we have some lovely character art. You guys can check this out in our Discord on the Otaku News channel. But for the link, if you want to see it, we have Clive Rossfield, Joshua Rossfield, which he's wearing a very attractive smock, Jill Warwick, and the world is Valisthea. Valisthea, which is awesome. There's a whole bunch more about it, and we see like some sort of summon creature. It looks like a phoenix.
They're calling them Acons again.
Acons?
Yeah, they switch between summons and Acons every now and then. You know.
Whatever. It looks cool. It's Final Fantasy.
Cool.
Look at the pretty colors and lights and immerse yourself in an amazing RPG world.
I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan. I've played all of them except for 10 and 10-2, because I'm not going to. Fight me in the comments. Fight me.
Look, 10
and 10-2 suck. Fight me.
I enjoyed 10, and I was going through it back in the day, and then my PlayStation 2
played 11 and 14 too.
Broken, and then I was on it on my PS3 and playing through the remastered version, and then remember what happened to my PS3?
Yeah.
We're not talking right now. We're not talking. That's why I still haven't finished Kingdom Hearts.
It doesn't matter. But anyway, I gotta wait a year after the game comes out to play 16, anyways, so I can get it on PC.
Well, own a console, DC.
I'm just gonna go buy a PS5 for $700.
No.
Biohazard says, I
Buy
love
me
10,
one.
but 8 is my favorite. 7 is my favorite. I know. I'm a
7's my
basic
favorite
boy.
too. High five.
Heck yeah. Advent Children.
Yeah.
Advent Children. So good.
Yes. Have you played the remake yet of 7?
No, because I don't have a PS3. I have a PS3, not a PS4.
I actually have people that want me to
So-
play the remake on the channel in hard because I've
He's
already
so
beat
good.
it on normal. I might do that. So if
Do
I do
it.
that, you could totally watch.
Do
But
it.
anyway, what's our last news story, DC?
Disney's Star Smash game designed by Tenju Tenge and Monogatari manga artist previewed in Tatsunoko Anime's video. Woo! Game with classic Disney characters. Oh, great! Designs launches on smartphones on November 16th. Interesting.
Yes, and as both a single player and a 4-player cooperative mode, the game will have an in-game manga available that will dictate the story. It follows you and his Red Braves team in a futuristic sport known as Starball, with Disney characters from various animated films serving as buddy AI characters for the team. Mickey serves as a buddy AI for Red Braves. And look, I actually think this is really cool because Kingdom Hearts did it first, mixing.
Yeah.
But this,
that's what
look,
well,
because
look,
I
anime
think
was
it's
based off
cool.
of Disney, so it makes sense.
Because it's becoming more widespread. How long till we have an anime made by Disney, like an actual anime series? Because I know Studio Ghibli and Disney, but an anime made series made by.
Wouldn't that be weird though? If you think about it,
that would be weird.
Disney cartoons inspired anime in Japan, and then if Disney made anime, then it just comes full circle. We just go for a full circle.
It's only a matter of time. Disney's taking over everything at this point.
Disney needs to be shut down. Stop them now while you can.
Leave them alone.
Stop them before they take over all.
One day, welcome to OtakuCast, owned by Disney. I'm just kidding. Oh boy. It's time for our topic. Our topic is...
Let's get into our topic, indeed.
Yeah. Anime food that looks better in real life.
Yes.
And look, they're every social media, even if you're not really big into a particular anime, you will see anime food because it does look better than real life. And DC and I have chose a couple to share with you guys today. And remember, if you have any, put them in the comments.
Yes,
DC, let's hear your first one.
Any, let us know. All right.
Yeah.
Nuliek
says Mont Blancs. What is
Mont
that?
Blancs?
Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
Mont Blancs.
But I would like to start off with a ramen from Flavors of Youth, anime movie, I believe. And I looked this up. I saw it. This is the thing, right? When we talk about why the OtakuCast does not condone the ambitions of world domination by Bob Iger, CEO of Disney.
It was a joke.
Yes. So
anyway.
What we're talking about here is why is the food here better than real life? And the thing is with anime food, when you look at it, that broth is so clear, so perfect. The noodles look so tasty, and like everything inside of it just looks so much vibrant and more vibrant.
Look, ramen was also on my list. Ramen from Naruto, because Ichiraku ramen just be a big thing. Or the picture you see, I believe that's a picture from Ponyo. Ponyo has ramen too, that is just ramen in anime. Like the only ramen I have ever had is like Maruchan chicken ramen. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Yes. Look. There's actually like a packet laying on the floor over there, and I don't know why. But we're not sponsored by Maruchan. But Nulek says a Mont Blanc is French for a cupcake that Japan took to another level. Whenever I see them in anime, they look great. Oh, that's awesome. I've never heard of that. I'll have to give it a Google later. But look, I've never had any than like ye old basic top ramen, and I'm the basic person that likes the chicken top ramen, just plain ramen. I'm happy. But I have not.
I went to a restaurant and actually got spicy beef ramen, and I was kind of disappointed because it was like shaved roast beef from the store that they put into it. And it was like really cheap beef, and I was really disappointed in it. But I gotta admit, they had the half the egg, they had like the Naruto and stuff in it, and it was really
Biohazard wants to
delicious.
take me to go get ramen. Look, I'm picky, but
Yes,
I'm sure I'll find something that I will enjoy
but
there. Let's go get ramen. Let's make a day of it someday.
the reason I picked Flavors of Youth's ramen specifically is because when you look at it, there's these like maitake mushrooms, or I can't remember the name of that mushroom in there, and they just look, you know, more bright, more vibrant, and when you get them in an actual ramen, they're a little more floppy, a little more sad, you know. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I
Yeah,
am aware of floppy and sad things.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, but like Naruto ramen is not one of the prettiest ramen, but it's so centric to the Naruto character, and Naruto is so
Yeah,
popular.
it
That's why I
really
also
isn't the
mentioned it.
prettiest, is it?
No, I mean it still looks good. It still does. And actually, I mean, obviously, but Naruto is actually the name of the little swirly pink fish cakes that
Yes.
go in ramen a lot. I don't know if a bunch of you know that,
They
but I
really
was.
don't taste like what you would think.
What do they taste like?
They kind of taste like nothing.
Hmm.
Eh.
Like they're called fish cakes,
Yeah, I know. They kind of
but
tasted like nothing.
interesting. Interesting. Now you know. Now I know DC said he was not going to mention Food Wars, but
Yeah.
I am. I'm going to mention Food Wars because when we get the graphic on screen, look at this. This is Kasudora, and it's a shimmering beef rice. Just okay. If you've ever seen Food Wars,
That's
this
the
was the
fruit
one.
ramen.
Yeah, there's a fruit ramen up there right now, but or
That's
it might be
that's
changed
from
by now.
that's from Ikebukuro Westgate Park, and I threw it in there because that is the most strange and bizarre looking thing ever, but it looks delicious. It's got little smiley faces on the eggs.
I don't know if I would
Adorable.
eat fruit ramen.
Look, you got to watch the anime. It's hilarious and sad and feels and everything. It's all the things.
Maybe,
So tell us
maybe I
about this
shall.
rice dish here.
But okay, but just look at it. Like you can see the real food compared to the dish there. And like for whatever reason the main character of Food Wars is completely escaped his name is completely escaped my mind.
Yeah, I haven't read it in a while, but I know what you're talking about.
Thank you. I appreciate
Soma-chan.
that. The
Soma-kun.
voice of God has visited us this day.
Yeah,
Thank you.
when you look at it, the rice in the anime, it's piled so perfectly. It's
Oh,
so
Yukihiro Soma. Okay, sorry. Sorry, viewers. The voice of God came down to his blessed chosen ones and remind
and
me the name
but
of the character.
but
Yukihiro Soma.
just looking at it, like the beef in the real picture, it looks so sad.
It
It just
it
looks so
does.
sad. And the beef in the anime, it looks so saucy, like,
And the rice is glistening. It's
oh yeah.
glistening. Like
No.
I'm a very picky person when it comes to things I eat. I irritate the heck out of my friends all the time because how actually picky I am. But that I would eat that. I would eat the crap out of that. That looks so good. Like okay, like let's look. The real dish does look good too, but just the anime dish, just
Yeah, it just looks so much better. It looks so much saucier, so much like the beef is gonna be more tender. Like the rice looks like it's gonna be, more fluffy. It just has all that
yes.
look to it where you go, oh man, that would taste so good.
It's honestly making me hungry. I want some like fried rice right now, like seasoned like
Yeah, I know. Fried rice would be
Anyway,
freaking amazing. I think it would be great. But that's like just looking at this dish, right? Why
like a
why
nice
doesn't the
pilaf even would be really
why
good.
why doesn't the actual dish have as much sauce? Like, what's wrong with sauce, man?
I don't know.
Have
Give
you
us the
ever
sauce.
have you ever watched My Kitchen Rules? It's a Australian cooking show.
I have not.
Well,
Chase, are you with us? Have you
there's
heard of this
a
show? Our
there's
Australian
a
friend.
there's a host called Manu. He's a French cook, and he's one of the hosts. And like his whole thing is like, where's the sauce? Do you think it has enough sauce? Did you put enough sauce on it? And there was one episode I saw where he got the sauce from somebody, and he literally went back into the kitchen to get a cup of it so he could drink it. That's how much he loved that sauce. And I bring this up because I'm looking at the real picture and I'm like, where's the sauce? Do you have any
Yeah.
sauce on that?
Where's the bleeping sauce?
All right, Golden, calm down. But yeah,
What are you?
what I really like about the anime picture too is you can see the sauce bleeding into the rice.
You can. It's just
Like that,
such a satisfying picture to look at.
It is. Like you can just sit here and stare at it and go, God, it's so good.
It does. Look.
It's sort of like when you're looking at the ad for the food, like when you go to McDonald's or Burger King and you look at the burger and you're like, that looks so good. And then you get the burger and you're like,
photogenic.
Yeah. And then you get the burger and you're like, it doesn't look as good.
It never does.
No, it just doesn't.
What's your next one, DC?
All right. So this is from, hopefully I can get this right, Penguin Drum, and it's Tamagoyaki, which is really, really weird to say, but
Tamagoyaki.
It's essentially an egg omelet.
Is that like the one from Food Wars where he sliced and poofed out?
No. It's a little weird. Like this is typically served. You can get it at sushi restaurants and things like that. It is a side with sushi sometimes, but it doesn't look nearly as good as in that picture. Along with some miso soup you can see there and some veggies. You know, that rice just.
I mean, I would try. I don't normally like egg dishes, just eggs by themselves, but I would try that. That looks good.
It's an omelet. You know, it's an omelet. Yeah. It has greens in it. It's served usually with some veggies inside. When I've ever had it in my experiences like going out and eating bento and stuff like that, it's never that good. It's usually folded and cold.
Oh, sad potatoes.
Yeah, it's just sad and disappointing.
That is sad.
That looks bright and vibrant, and that looks like a tasty omelet to me. I want
to. My Full Metal Alchemist shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Showing it off. I love it. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
But
showing off the shirt.
I think that like that looks like something I'd really want to have, as opposed to what I've actually had, where it's just like cold folded eggs, and that's just sad, really.
Cold folded eggs sounds so unappetizing.
It does, but it's cool. If you watch them make it, they have this like specialized square pan, and like they make the eggs out like really flat, and then they gently fold it over. So and the square pan is so that it gets that nice like rectangular shape. So it's really cool to watch them make it. But at the same time, I would rather have that. Like, why? I want to get that. I want that dish. Especially since, like, when I get my eggs, I want them to be warm or piping hot. Those are the temperatures I like my eggs.
Is it just part of the dish to be served cold, or it was the place you were eating at?
Usually when it's served with sushi, it's served as a side, and it's usually just served room temperature, basically. So cold compared to how you would normally eat
eggs
food.
do not sound fun at all.
It's not very appetizing. In all honesty, it's really not very appetizing. It's very disappointing when you get those, and it's why when you look at that, you're like, that looks like it'd be like hot and delicious, as opposed to cold and sad.
Yeah, just.
Sometimes our dreams are disappointing.
The next one I'm going to talk about is from Yuri on Ice, and that is the pork cutlet bowl. And it just look. Just the way the pork cutlet, if you've never seen that anime, then just know the pork cutlet bowl is our main character's, one of his main motivations to do anything in life is so he can eat the pork cutlet bowl. And just the way they present it, it just looks so good. And yeah, Bio in 13 says, yes, look, I probably wouldn't even, I don't eat a lot of pork. It's not like, I just don't like pork, especially like it depends on the dish. But I would definitely try a pork cutlet bowl because you just cannot not have a pork cutlet bowl that would look like that. It just, come on. I don't know if we have an image for it. I thought I gave one, but I don't know.
I don't remember seeing any pork cutlets.
Did I not? Am I the worst? Did I not?
You probably are the worst.
I'm sorry. No,
Give us
it's
a little
okay.
bit. We'll find an image for you
But
guys.
look,
But tell us
if
about this
if you've
dish.
seen the
Is
show,
it
like
glistening?
Yuri on Ice is about ice skating, and you all know. First off, I don't watch Slice of Life, and secondly, I don't watch sports anime. But somebody,
So
not mentioning any names, Cutlet, Biohazard, made me watch this anime, and I was not prepared for how good this anime was. Okay, there's also a romance in it, boy love romance that has nothing to do with how much I like the anime at
it's
all.
not Yuri on Ice. It's Yaoi on Ice. Got it.
Yeah.
You can
Nulik says you
substitute.
can come. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can substitute with a chicken cutlet. That's almost as good as the pork version.
Look, you're right. I could probably do that. And Bio,
See?
aka Colette, who made me watch this show, says because she loves it. Look, now I love it too. And just look at that. Look at that.
Is that
That is
egg
what
on top?
that is. I think
What's
it's
on?
either an egg or like a hollandaise sauce. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
Interesting.
Look in this here my little spicy pork cutlet bowl. Like it's a whole thing throughout the anime that Yuri only wants his pork cutlet bowls, and that's how Victor like tries to get him to skate and stuff during one part. And it's a good time.
Well, if you
We have a
can
good time there.
convince
It's
people, however,
huh?
you got to convince people, however you can.
Yeah, I am I am also and can be food motivated at times if it's the right food. If you offer me like my favorite foods, I'm just like, yes, please. The Otaku Empire in chat says Yuri on Ice is so underrated. I know a lot of people that refuse to watch it because of the homotones. Same with Banana Fish. I have never heard of Banana Fish.
Never heard of
And
banana fish either.
Bio says, when I feel sad, I watch it because it is a happy anime. It really is. It is really just a feel good. It's a short anime. Yuri on Ice is, and honestly, the opening, like those of you that have seen the opening, put it in chat right now. Is it not fire? It is one of the best openings, songs, and animation style that I have ever seen in anime ever, and I will fight somebody on that. Okay, so if you don't agree with me, meet me behind the dumpsters at 3 p.m. because we're gonna have some fisticuffs.
All
Yeah,
right,
born
fifth
to
grade.
make history. Born to male history.
All right,
I think that was a typo, but it's funny. I'm not gonna have a laughing fit. No, I'm
Are you
good.
okay? You gonna be okay?
I'm good.
Are you gonna be good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. What's your next choice, DC?
I have no idea how to describe this dish, but it comes from Toriko, and it's a seafood dish that is made inside of a crab.
Like using the crab as like a
Oh, there's
pot?
more than that. The crab is the pot, and it looks sort of like a seafood curry. Because I cannot remember what this was, but it's like it's got a fried, it's got delicious crab, and then it's got all the seafood inside of it with like this little sauce right next to that. Looks like how they typically would make a curry, but I've never usually see a curry with seafood in the rice. But that would be a really interesting way of doing it. Now that I think
Kind of
about
like
it,
a seafood risotto with like, kind of thing.
I would say more like a seafood fried rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never
What
seen
anime is
anything
it
that
from?
looks like this. Toriko. It's another cooking anime, but Toriko is more of a weird action cooking anime where they fought their ingredients and then cooked them.
The only thing I can think of is freaking what was that one anime back in 90s where their food came alive as avatars. What was it? Somebody help me out now.
Food
I remember
Fighters, something like that. Yeah, I remember the anime.
yeah, I remember the theme song. These monsters
Yeah.
once were edible, that thing, but I can't remember.
But just
fighting foodons. Fighting foodons.
Fighting. But just look at it.
Fighting foodons.
There's shrimp in that rice.
There's
peas. There's peas, there's corn. It looks like fried rice with shrimp and everything. And then it's got like a little curry sauce next to it. And I'm just thinking like, man, that's a way to up your curry game. You make a fried rice for that curry, that is going to up your curry game. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, you might get a little disappointed because maybe the sauce, the curry itself doesn't have all that delicious, shrimpy crab flavor to it, but at the same time, it in the rice, so you get a little bit more than you would get in the curry itself.
Look,
and honestly,
as I said, I'm a very picky person, But I would try this. I try everything at least once. I'm not usually a big fan of seafood, but that still looks so good. You know it's good, even if I don't like most of anything in that dish, and I still want to eat it.
I know. It looks so delicious. It's glistening. It's steaming.
It is.
Just look, I've never seen a sauce glisten
I feel like I
that.
could almost smell it.
I know, right?
That's just.
And I don't typically like seafood itself, but I do like shellfish. Like, I enjoy crab, I enjoy lobster, I enjoy prawns, I enjoy shrimps, I enjoy crayfish. Yeah? But
yeah.
I even don't mind frog. I don't know if you've had frog.
I've never had frog. I'm not like, we have a bullfrog pond like 3 miles away from my house, and people go get bullfrogs there all the time, and they're big suckers, like.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no.
Frog's legs taste like fishy chicken. Like 100%.
Fishy chicken.
Yeah, they've got like the texture and kind of taste of chicken with like a little bit of fishiness to it. So if you cooked chicken and put some fish sauce on it, that's kind of like what frog tastes like.
Interesting.
Yeah, very little meat on them.
Yeah, I've never tried frog or snake. Those are 2 things that I'm just like, no.
I've had snake jerky.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was pretty tasty.
Good to know.
I've also had boar jerky, elk jerky, and fresh venison.
I have had a lot of venison. I think I've had bear, but I was really little and I don't really remember bear. But
bear is dangerous. You gotta be careful with bear.
Eating a dead bear.
No,
the meat. Yeah, the meat. Yeah, you have to lactic acid. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with bear meat. There's also
I didn't do it. Some lady made it in spaghetti when I was really little, and that's all I remember. It really was gritty. The meat was really gritty.
Yeah,
like
that's what I hear. Also, really
hamburger.
Gamey. Yeah,
hamburger.
That has to deal with another one of mine. But what's your next little food you want to tell us about?
My next little food I want to tell you about is a bento box. And this one in particular from My Neighbor Totoro, the picture is. But all the bento boxes you see in anime, just oversweeping all of them. Unless it's like for a gag, all of them are beautiful. All of them are.
Is that an umeboshi plum?
Is it? I don't know.
That would be terrible.
I don't know what a umeboshi plum is.
It's the world's most sour plum.
Oh, sour plum. Okay.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know. But maybe they like it. I don't know.
I'm just saying, look, I wouldn't want to eat a bento with an umeboshi in it. I mean,
look, bentos are pretty much like prepackaged lunch boxes, and yes, they're not just Japan. A lot of people them are doing them in America now.
What do you mean by prepackaged?
Well, like people make them and they put everything in there. That's what I meant. Not like you buy it made like that.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could buy.
Yeah, there are bentos you can buy, and they do never look that good.
No, and then at the same time, like, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong now. Like, if a girl makes a bento lunch for a dude, it's definitely broadcasting her interest in said dude.
Most of the time, yeah. Most of the time, it's kind of like, I like you, so I made you this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, look, it's just good stuff, man. Like, and they can vary, but most of the time you'll always find like a rice. Almost always in a real bento, you'll find
there's
a
always
rice.
Yeah. And then there's a rice, there's a meat, there's veggies.
Yeah. And then sometimes they mix it up and they put a whole bunch of, maybe it's like a big bento, but whatever it is, it'd be a bento. If someone made me a bento box, that would just be like, you know what I mean? Like, what would you do if someone made you a bento box that looked that good? Because you gotta admit, like, look at the animation, the anime bento box and the real life bento box. They are awfully close.
Well, the fish looks better in the anime, obviously.
Of course.
But I think the peas look better in real life.
I don't like peas.
I love peas. Peas are delicious. Honestly, though, I'd be a little disappointed.
Hit us up in the comments. Are you pro pea or anti pea?
Have you
I'm
not
talking about
seen
the vegetable.
All That? Do you remember All That?
It's been a long time since I've seen All That.
All we are saying is give peas a chance.
Mm-mm.
Come on.
No.
I
have eaten them and I do not like them.
Keenan.
I do not like them, Sam. I am.
For those of you who watch SNL, Keenan, who's currently on SNL, used to be part of Keenan and Kel, was a part of All That.
Yes.
he played the lunch lady that kept trying to get everybody to eat peas and would get into arguments with the kids that didn't want peas. And he'd be like, "Oh, I got a big spoonful of peas for you, baby." And they'd be like, "Oh, I don't really like peas." He's like, "You don't like peas?"
I'm
just saying it was great. It was funny. All right. All that was like the Nickelodeon version of SNL, so it's kind of funny to me that he's on SNL now.
Yeah, and then there was also there was a like the Mad Show that was like a Nickelodeon version
TV.
of like Robot Chicken, like if you will, or Robot Chicken, I guess would be like the not safe for work version. Yeah, Mad TV was first, but you know what I mean.
Mad TV was kind
I also enjoyed that one a lot.
Mad TV had my favorite sketch, which was Kenny Rogers' Jackass. It's the best.
Is that a swore?
Well, it kind of means donkey. Look, I'll show you the video later. It's
okay.
Funny.
But yes, Bento Box. Have you ever had a Bento Box? Put it in the comments below.
I have.
Or to the side. Put it in the comments. I have not.
I have. I ordered a bento at this Japanese restaurant called Sakura's.
See, I've only been to like a Japanese restaurant once, and I had because it was a sushi restaurant. And I'm not sushi. No.
Really?
Nope.
Really?
Nope. I know I'm like the only person in anime fan that doesn't like sushi, but
jeez, what's
so I had like miso soup. That was good. It tasted like chopper.
I've made my own miso soup. Full on. I've made my own miso soup with red miso.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
What's your next one?
Delicious. I'm just gonna let you know that it was delicious. All right, you're never gonna happen, Angels. It's never gonna happen for you. One Piece. I've got some One Piece food for you here. Now, very specifically on this large platter of food that our good boy Sanji has cooked up the crew, there are two things in particular that I really want to point out. All right, really want to point out these foods. There's Frankie's burger. All right, now this burger.
Hamburgers do look good at anime. Not gonna lie.
Oh man, it's got bun, lettuce, tomato, bacon, like the big old Japanese bacon, and then it's got your burger, the cheese, lettuce, onion, bun. It looks so tasty. It looks so delicious. Like I'm looking at it and I'm going, God, I want a burger with like that big piece of bacon, which is funny because that's actually there was a Burger King burger that was released in Japan called the Ninja Burger that had a big old piece of Japanese floppy bacon in it, and it was stuck out like a tongue, and that's what this burger reminds me of.
Oh, that's weird.
But the other thing I want to talk about is Chopper's amazing fruit pancake thing going on there. All right, that's pancake. Then there's a layer of whipped cream with strawberries all around it. Another pancake, more whipped cream, more strawberries, bananas, blueberries. Looks like there's some honey syrup on there.
Do you ever notice that the strawberry whipped cream like cake is just like a thing in Japan that everybody wants?
Oh, they love strawberries and whipped cream. Like that's in everything you can get. That feast was amazing looking. I know it looks great.
Look, I don't everything like One
on there.
Piece.
Those sandwiches look delicious.
But that does look good. I will give you that. I've never seen One Piece, but that does.
You should. It's amazing.
That looks
fantastic.
That looks good.
Now, for those of you who don't know about my boy Chopper, all right, my boy Chopper here is the sweet loving reindeer. Okay, his whole thing is he's called the cotton candy loving reindeer because he loves cotton candy. He loves sweets.
Hello, Atomic Missy. Thanks for joining us.
I love Chopper. He's adorable. And just looking at him wanting to get those pancakes, I'm looking at like, I want to get those pancakes. I want to try those pancakes. Those pancakes look good.
And that burger. I don't even like pancakes, but those look good. Burgers always look good, better in animation than they do in real life.
I know. It's not fair, is it?
Biohazard 13 says, I love Chopper. He's just so cute. Exactly. If you are recently just joining us, we are talking about anime that look better.
Just so cute.
Anime foods that look better in anime than it does in real life. But yes. Yes, so we see the reindeer.
So cute.
Just in case you guys didn't know, DC likes One Piece.
And angels likes dragons. We all know this truth.
Look, don't you at me like this.
You should watch One Piece. One of the bad dudes is a dragon.
That doesn't. Biohazard says her boyfriend is finally watching One Piece, and Atomic Missy says I would eat everything on that table. I would try everything on that table. It looks good.
There's sandwiches. There's meat dishes. I think it's a pumpkin. I don't know. It's just there. There's some fish.
Yes.
Like, there's crazy amounts of stuff. This looks delicious.
Yes, it does.
So what you got?
Look, my next one is look. I'm trying to decide between. I've got 2 left, but I'm gonna put this one out. There's Taiyaki. Okay, like I saw these. You see these in anime a lot, but I mainly get focused on, and that's a picture from My Hero Academia.
Angels likes My Hero Academia.
I do like My Hero and Naruto and just all those things. Death Note. I like lots of things. Okay, but not One Piece. To be fair, I haven't seen it, so I really can't say I don't like it.
Exactly.
Look, I'm fair. I'm reasonable. Like the taiyaki is as I said, the pictures from My Hero Academia, and they're like pancake batter that's poured into this mold. I had to look them up. And they're either filled with a chocolate or a red bean paste. I've never had red bean paste, but I've heard it's really good.
I'm gonna be honest with you here. I've had these.
Are they good?
So the typical way you see them prepared, like even in Boku no Hero Academy, they're prepared in the microwave, right?
Yes.
I tried
frozen.
That. Yeah, they're frozen. You put them in the microwave. They're terrible that way.
Oh no!
Don't eat them that way. But I deep fried one.
Atomic Missy says she has some of those right now. I want one.
If you haven't tried it,
I actually forgot her cinnamon roll when I know this person in real life, and I have a cinnamon roll for her, and I forgot it. It's still in my freezer. Anyway, we can trade sweets.
If you have not had one of these, deep fry them.
Deep fry?
Oh my god!
What about an air fryer?
Maybe just fry it.
One of my friends has the taiyakis, and another one of my friends has an air fryer. I think we could make magic happen.
New Alex says, yeah, deep fried, man. Oh my god, deep fried. They're crispy. The red bean paste. I had the red bean one. Oh man. At first, I didn't know if I was gonna like red bean paste, but I have come to love red bean paste. It is delicious. I've never tried it. Oh, I've had red bean mochi, which is solid. I've also had green tea mochi, which is solid. If you've never had green tea mochi, it's fantastic.
I can't say that the green tea things that I have tried is a little too bitter for my taste, but I'm willing to try anything. So
man,
as long as I'm not allergic to it, I will try anything.
Yeah,
and I'm allergic to a couple things.
If you microwave them, they're kind of gloopy and gooey. They're not that great. They're a little disappointing, but the red bean paste is still fantastic inside them, and they have this nice sweetness to them, like just so good. But deep fried, they're crispy, they're sweet, they're full of that red bean paste, which is it's
or chocolate.
The red bean paste, though, you go for it. It is fantastic. I really like it because I think I've discovered that the sweetness of the batter itself is countered by the sort of savoriness of the red bean paste, but it's also a little sweet. Like the red bean paste, it's really hard to explain it without you trying it.
says red bean mochi is my favorite of the bunch.
Heck yeah. Strawberry mochi is okay. I've tried it. It's okay.
I'd try it. But yeah, look, it just like it's just
they don't look
it looks so good. It's a pancake batter with the chocolate sweets, and I love sweets, okay? But I want to try them, and maybe after I do try them, I will report back to you guys what I think. What's your next one?
I was gonna say I can actually send you a picture of the one I tried. The only other one I
have a child. I'm sorry.
The only other one I had was the fruit ramen as a gag because it was just looking crazy. But let's talk about your last one. But as soon as you're ready and prepared.
I apologize. I had a child interrupt me. They're not supposed to come back here unless it's important. So
before we get into that, look at this fruit ramen. Like really look at this fruit ramen. I want them to see this because I want to talk about the anime for a second.
Okay.
It's Ikebukuro Westgate Park. In the anime, the main character helps his mom who runs a fruit stand. And if you guys remember, I talked about this for the fall anime. I've been watching this anime every week that it airs. I'm watching it right now. It is freaking great as an anime, but the main character is a little obsessed with fruit to the point where he has this ramen. It has fruit, it has whipped cream, it has pork, it has seaweed, and it has ice cream. Now, I don't know how this in real life this would be disgusting.
Look,
In real life, this would be the worst thing ever.
It looks good because it's all glistening,
I
but
know.
even not in real life, that
I
would
know.
be gross.
But looking at it,
Like,
though,
you can see there's noodles underneath.
Yes.
You can.
Yes, but doesn't it look gorgeous though? Like, doesn't that just look beautiful? Like, if you were like, oh man, if those eggs were like actually like fondant and like, you know, cream and stuff, and that wasn't actually meat, that was like some form of chocolate, and like the sauce inside of it was a sweet sauce, then I could understand it.
Okay, like a fruit salad made to look like ramen.
Yeah.
For the lulz, then yeah. Or like a cake, because everyone's seen Cake Bosses. I've also made a few cakes. They're not that good. They're not.
I will state
good,
the funny thing about this episode in particular is that they go to this ramen shop. He gets the fruit ramen, and then the buddy he's with, who's the leader of a gang known as the G Boys, they give him filet mignon, and the little girl they're with is just like, is this really a ramen shop? Because none of that's on the menu. Weird. It's funny though. I like it.
I almost choked on my Coke.
All right. I just wanted to show everyone that because it's funny and it looks amazing, but it would taste horrible.
Okay, so it's. Do you have any more DC or
no? I'm done.
You just want to talk?
That's all I got. I just wanted to talk.
I had one more. And look, if this was real life, I would probably not eat this. It's another like your fruit ramen that is just like. It looks good. This is Sebastian's chocolate curry buns from Black Butler, and like right now I'm smelling food because my husband's making dinner.
You know what I thought this was?
I'm hungry.
You know what I thought this? I thought this was the I can't remember the name of it, but it's the snack that's like 2 pancakes with the red bean paste in between them.
The taiyaki?
No, it's not that. It's literally 2 circular pancakes with red bean paste in between them. It's like a red bean paste pancake sandwich. You can get them in little packets. Like you can just get them and you open up the little packet and you just eat them, and they're delicious. Again, red bean paste is amazing. But that chocolate curry reminds me of what mole. You know what I mean?
What's that?
Mole is a Mexican like chocolate sauce thing. Like
mole. Like the spicy or like wine infused chocolate.
Well, normally, but it's like it's an actual chocolate sauce, and it's designed to go with meats and stuff. So
I see. I've never tried it.
If you get a dark chocolate, I could see it going in curry. Like I honestly could see it because chocolate on its own is actually pretty bitter.
Yeah. Well, so look, in the anime, it's described as having like curry ingredients like beef and wine and then chocolate. And then he puts them in these little buns and everyone's like, what? And then like it's actually to the anime characters is good. Now I found a post where someone recreated this and they said it's definitely not as good as you would think it would or you hoped it would be. But still, just look at it, though. I mean, I've tried to find a GIF, but I could not find a GIF.
I question how did they recreate it, though?
There's a recipe. They took a recipe and they made it, and they I'll find it for you later. Find the link. But like in the anime, it's just this little bun and it's steaming, and then he just cuts it open, and it just and all the juiciness slides out of it. And look, I want to try that in anime world, but I don't think I would try it in real life. I mean, okay, I would try it, but I don't think I would like it. You know what I mean?
I've made anime curries before. Like I looked up Japanese curry recipes and I made them. And I really like Japanese curry. I'm not too big into Indian curry, but I do like Japanese curry. It's a little different.
Well, I can't have spicy things in most curry. I'm
Oh,
intolerant
oh,
/ allergic to any pepper, any capsaicin, any spicy. My stomach just
oh.
does not have it, so that
I didn't
limits
know.
what I can eat
I didn't make spicy
by a
curry.
lot. Oh, see, then if
Yeah,
it didn't have any spicy, or if
yeah,
I can do a little bit of black pepper, then I would happily eat it, and
yeah.
that's
It wasn't
about.
spicy. I just put it was just salt. The only thing that like salt, pepper, and then like the curry spices that went into it. But it was not spicy. It didn't have any heat. I
Yeah,
like
but so
spicy though.
look,
I'll go spicy if I have to.
see, I can't, and that limits what I can eat by a lot, and it
Yeah.
sucks because I want to be normal. I want to eat normal food like everybody else. I don't want to be that guy at the restaurant that ask for a steak without pepper, a well done steak without pepper. Don't you at me? But
Blah. Medium rare. Medium rare.
well, well done. Sorry, I know that's very unpopular, but that's how I like it.
Every
I
chef
just
is upset with you right now.
I know every
I'm
chef.
upset with
Gordon
you.
Ramsay is frowning on me. Like I'm awful, but that's just like if you cook a steak, a well done steak right, it's still moist and tender.
Blah.
It's just I can't do
Shoe
this
leather.
texture of like raw. Like I see you in chat. I know Atomic Missy, I'm a
Yes.
monster, but I can't do
Yes.
it. Like even if I'm eating a
Agreed. Monster.
burger and I take a bite and I feel that texture of like the texture and the taste of pink meat, it makes me want to gag. That's how bad it's a physical
That's
reaction.
me with salmon.
Like it's like now if there's a little pink, I can just don't I can taste it and I'm like, don't look at it, just hurry up and eat it. It'll be fine. You'll get through the pink real quick,
Real quack.
real quick.
Yes,
Bio
spoilers. The
says
more blood, the better. More blood for the blood god.
No,
No, legitimately, that is me with salmon. I went to a sushi bar, and I got the chef's choice sushi platter. So it came out with like everything the chef wanted to make, and there was some sashimi, there was some nigiri, there was some rolls and stuff like that, and I had yellowfin tuna, bluefin tuna, a white fish that I can't remember. All tasty, all delicious. They're all just raw fish slapped on top of some rice, popped them down, tasty. Then one was salmon, and I was like, man, I just downed some raw tuna. And other fish.
Yeah.
This is easy. Pop that salmon in my mouth, and I was just like, my body immediately rejected it. And I took a big old glass of Dr. Pepper, and I just forced myself to swallow it down. And I was just like, why was that so rough? I don't know why.
Do you like no salmon or just raw salmon you don't like?
Any salmon. The only salmon I had that was good was that same restaurant, and they had teriyaki salmon. And that was the only salmon that was good to me.
New Licks in chat says a chocolate shop near me experimented with a Japanese curry chocolate. It was not that bad. It's different for sure.
See?
Interesting. So I bet you would try Sebastian's. I mean, Sebastian made it, and he's just
also
dreamboat.
Also, I think it has to do with the fact that it is in England, and England loves a curry. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
England loves a curry.
They do.
If you watch Sorted Food, those boys, they love a curry.
Yeah, that's.
It does look good.
Yeah. I mean, it does. And like if you've watched the anime, you'll know it looks even better than the still image. The still image doesn't give it justice because it's got the steam and it's got the cutting and there's like a golden glow around it. So,
I mean,
but I am hungry now. And if we keep talking about food, I'm gonna have to end this cast right now and go get something to eat because like I'm trying to salivate. So let's move on to our next topic of the day, which is Anime Club.
Yes, that's right. Today we're doing Anime Club. You guys, come on.
Hold on, DC.
They know.
DC.
They know Anime
Club. They don't know what Anime Club is.
Tell
them what Anime Club is.
They know Anime Club is where we watch animes. They know that Anime Club is where we get together on Fridays and we watch our animes. This season, we are watching Jujutsu Kaisen and Death Parade.
We watch it together in the Discord server.
We do.
And we are watching one episode a week. Yes. And the movies afterwards.
Yes, exactly. Along with those episodes, YoJack hosts a lovely movie as well. This week's was I cannot remember the name of it. A Silent Voice.
a silent voice.
And next week is Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door, which I'm going to tell you all was my choice. I am a massive fan of the movie. I am a massive fan of Cowboy Bebop as well as
Cowboy
Trigun.
Bebop is amazing. No arguments there.
Yes.
But let's see. We are watching Death Parade and Jujutsu Kaisen, but the movie discussion actually takes place in our post show.
And you only get to be there if you're a patron.
Patron only. $1 a month you can watch us, and we can swore.
We can swore.
Yes, we can. But anyway, we watched episode 2. We started off with Death Parade this time. And episode 2 of Death Reverse, exactly. Now, the opening for Death Parade is Flyers by Baradio. It's a Japanese funk rock band, and they have other songs such as Golden Liar, Spicy Madonna, and Hotel Alien. Like, if you've seen Death Parade,
let's just be honest. The opening, glorious.
It's glorious.
Glorious opening.
It's glorious. If you've never even seen Death Parade, not interested in it, go to pull up an extra tab. Put your hands up.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's really good. Like and they're swing dancing. It's such a vibe. Yeah, Otaku Empire says everybody put your hands up.
Everybody has to join. This song's so good. Like
it's
Jujutsu Kaisen's opening is so good.
It's also really good.
All of them are good.
Yes. But anyway, Death Parade. Now, last episode we saw our first couple do their little game thing. This episode, we're gonna kind of fast forward over some of the bits because it's rehashing, but it's from the other point of view.
Yeah,
what happened?
Let's talk about this. So the anime, this episode opens.
Biohazard says the opening is the reason why she watched the anime.
So we open with the dark-haired girl. We don't know her name.
Yes.
She's like, it shows her just like her feet. And then she's
like
laying
sleeping?
on this weird thing. And then we get the other girl who we find out her name is Nona.
Yes.
And she wakes up the black-haired girl and tells her
but did you notice that her, like, Nona, when she got really close, you could see that her eyes had the crosses just like the
Decim arbiters
did.
Yeah, yes. I believe that all arbiters have them.
See, okay, I'm going to tell you guys this now before we get into I believe our black-haired girl is training to be an arbiter. That's what I believe.
I have other theories.
Otaku Empire.
The anime, the upbeat opening depicting dancing and hypeness versus dark tone of the anime, death, cheating, lying.
Look, I actually like that conflicting opening, like the upbeat, happy dancing, and then the anime is just like, we kill people. Like, I like it. I really do.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's very interesting though. But so, I mean,
we get.
But anyway, so Nona takes the black-haired. She wakes up the black-haired girl.
Yeah, tells her she has no name. Blah blah. They get on a sort of
like a train.
Like a tram. The one, the trams from like San Francisco. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then they go to the 15th floor and they like zoom in on like this Buddha statue. That's a very beautiful statue. Like Buddha sitting on, I think it was a lotus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Clavis, the elevator man.
Clavis he's pure. He's I like Clavis.
He's a little guy. I like that they're just in the elevator and he just looks over and he's like, hi. She's just like, hi.
Yeah, Clavis was also like, he complained that they're late.
Nona complained he was late.
Oh, Nona complained he was late. That's right. I just put they were late in my notes, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But so they go up to Decim's and they're back in the lavish bar, and Nona's like, Deku is very, very welcoming to them, very polite.
Yeah.
But did you notice like how like you see more of the bar in this shot? There's like these jellyfish in a tank and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was pretty. Also the chandelier was a jellyfish.
Yes, it was totally a vibe. It was totally the whole bar was
Decim
totally
likes
vibe.
His jellyfish.
Decim apparently does. And Nona explains that the deceased are coming, that they come here, they will play a game, and they're here to judge them.
They get their memories.
Yeah.
They receive memories.
Yeah, and then they're here to judge them based on their memories and humanity. They function as arbiters. So Nona and Decim are arbiters. That's why I really think this black-haired girl is training to become an arbiter. I mean, I don't know, but her eyes and her lack of experience, the fact that she doesn't have a name. I'm gonna guess. Here's my theory that she was plucked from like death before she went to an afterlife because she had potential to become an arbiter, or maybe there's another arbiter that needs replacing or something like that. So that's what my guess is.
I think the reason she's there is because of Deckham's lack of humanity, so to say. Like if you compare Deckham to Nona, you notice how
we do see that later. I get what you're saying, so we'll get to that. But so she explains about how it works, and before the dead people arrive, their memories are compiled and sent to arbiters to be reviewed. And then the black-haired girl asks almost asks a question, but Nona stops her. And then she uses telepathy?
Yeah, she uses telepathy, informs somebody that they're ready, they get the memories, their eyes go all weird and spinny.
Yeah. She tells someone named Quill, saying, yeah, it's Quill.
Yeah.
And so Deckham's eyes do the same thing, and Nona pushes forward, and Deckham... But did you notice that Deckham called her ma'am?
Yes.
So either he's just being incredibly respectful, which I do not think so. I think she's actually in charge.
Nona seems like the boss.
Yeah, I think Nona's the boss.
Yeah.
And so then after that, so Nona and the black-haired girl go away, and
they go to the back. Because the dead are coming.
Yeah, she's like, "What do you do?" And she's like, "You're an assistant." You know?
You are an assistant. That is what you do.
Yeah. They go in the back room and they see the dummies. And Nona makes comment that it's Deckham's hobby and it's creepy and revolting. But geez, did that make a statement when Deckham opened the back of that bar and scared that couple?
Yeah, well,
that was good stuff.
That's explained. Is the reason why he does that is they need to be coerced into playing this game. And it's all theater. The whole thing is, she explains that they need,
if they know they were dead, they wouldn't play.
They can't know they're dead, or they wouldn't play the game, and they need them to have fear, because fear is the most primal human emotion, and that's what drags everything out of someone. That drags out the true person, basically. And you need to know who this person is, along with the memories you receive, to judge them accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
she literally states extreme tension is important. That's the key.
And
you need to create extreme tension.
Yeah, and we cannot just judge them on their own memories. We need to expose the darkest parts of their being. And if you're new to to the cast, I prefer watching anime in dubs, while DC prefers subs. But it's a fun content. It's a fun because we can discuss the contrast between the two. I enjoy it anyway. But yeah. So then she also wants to invoke their most primal emotion of fear. Yeah.
You're just repeating what I said.
I'm sorry. My notes. Look, you went faster than my notes. My brain couldn't do the thing. But then we watched the Dark Guns, and Nona's still explaining the game as they go along.
It's literally everything is just an explanation of what we had seen before. It is just from a different perspective.
Yeah, Nona also points out that no one said that the loser of the game would die.
They just
it was. Yeah, it was. They didn't discourage it either, because of the fact that now there's stakes, though. The people are putting these self-imposed. Yeah. But so then they're doing them, and like Deckham, and then they guide them. You see, like Deckham purposefully made that suggestion that made the dude fear for his life, and stuff like that. Yeah, and so then we see dramatic scenes from the first episode. Yeah. And she's explaining that their memories are returning, and that it's set up to force them to remember. Yeah. And the game ends, and then they kind of move out, and then Nona explains that heaven and hell is just a easy explanation, but it's really rebirth or void. Yeah, so you don't go to heaven or hell.
Well, okay, so the basic is, they say heaven or hell, but in actuality, heaven is your soul moves on and possesses a new body. Hell is your soul is destroyed and sent to darkness. The void. Yeah. Eternal darkness is basically what she said. It just goes to eternal. Your soul's destroyed. It's gone.
Yeet. It was yoked into the void. So be a good noodle, or DC's void will consume you.
Yeah, it really getting full here though. Please stop sending people.
No, you're getting them anyway. Make room.
Yep.
Make room, man.
Just...
So then they as the game end goes, I can't read my own handwriting.
So as the game goes on, Machiko
There we
seems to remember the proposal.
There we
That's
go.
when she starts to cry, and then we get back towards the end of the first episode, because Machiko,
she cut off before she wasn't able to ask her question.
Yeah.
But pretty much her question was Deka. I didn't write down the phrasing, but pretty much Deka thinks that what had happened was honest, that there was a man on the side and the wife was cheating on her husband.
But the black-haired girl thinks that it might have been a fling.
Yeah, she's unconvinced. She has a hunch. And she explained that there was something upsetting her the whole time, and she thinks her saying that there was another man in her life was actually a lie. Because she thinks that the woman realized what was happening before she said anything. She realized that they were already dead, and what she did was to try to help her husband, because she already found out that she was dead and the unborn child was dead with her. But so what she did was
it was to ease her husband's grief.
Yeah, to ease her husband's guilt and grief over killing them in the car accident. That's what it was. That's what the black-haired girl thinks. And she's like, the woman understood and wanted the husband happy, but Deckham doesn't understand. At first, he's just like, what? Why would she do this? Why?
Yeah.
Her eternal, peace was at hand on the line. But she said, but the black-haired girl is like, she prioritized love over herself. And Deckham wonders if he's like, did I get it wrong?
Yeah. He gets like this sort of guilt. And
yes, he does.
Pretty much he's upset with himself, and Nona tells
she grabs him and yanks him down.
Yeah. Everybody makes mistakes. Don't do it.
Exactly. Deckham was very like, I didn't think of this. He was shook. Like he didn't think of this possibility.
That's where my theory comes in, that she's there for a more human touch.
And then Nona demands a drink.
Yes. And I like how she describes Deckham as drinks and seriousness. It's all he's good. Drinks and seriousness.
Deckham is adorable, though. Otaku Empire says everybody has those days. You're right.
Yeah. He's stone-faced, and he builds creepy mannequins as a hobby.
And then Nona goes to leave, and she's like, I guess you can handle it from here. And black-haired girl's like, what? And Nona's like, do what you've been doing, but do it here, kind of thing.
Just keep doing what you're doing. You're here to do what you're doing now.
Yeah, so but still, she could be there to balance out Deckham and also be in training to be an arbiter herself. And maybe they need 2 arbiters at this first stop.
Well, okay, I don't think so, because of what happens next, where Nona goes into the elevator. She says that she did pretty good for her first day, and he's like, oh, it's rare for you to praise somebody. And then as she walks out, she mentions how the husband was it was never going to work out. They were never going to be happy because he was a jealous person and couldn't trust anybody. And then she says, I take that back. She still has a way to go. Yeah.
Like, the girl did a good job. But see, it's also showing you that their job is not so black and white.
Yeah.
Because whether or not these arbiters are people or were people, that it's still, you can't judge like whether somebody's perfectly good or perfectly bad from something. It's not so black and white. That's pretty much, there's intricacies to it.
So Deckham apologizes for being unfit in that moment.
Yes, and he looks forward to working with her.
Yeah.
And she asks for another drink, and then we see the end credits.
Yeah. But after the end credits,
the ending is by Noisy Cell last. I can't remember. I wrote it small. Last three theme. I'm sorry. By Noisy Cell. It's a post-hardcore band and alternative rock. They have some other songs called Innocence, The Junk in the Moon, and Blaze a Trail. Now the ending's not as hype as the opening, but the ending's still decent.
But after that ending, we get Deckham on the phone with Nona. She says that it's going to be a 3-month term.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think that it's not exactly what you say. I think it's more of a test phase.
But
Because if it's
look,
only for
okay,
90 days,
we
normally
kind
when
of
you work a new job, 90-day probation. Normally.
we kind of skipped over where Nona got out on the
Yeah.
elevator.
No, we didn't.
It was
I explained
like
it.
the little house
Oh,
thing.
the
Did you?
house. The house in the field
That
in
was
the with
weird.
all
The house in the field, and then
It's
during this
probably just
post-credit scene, when she's
her
on the phone with
room.
Deckham, she sits down and she has like a children's book. It's I
Yeah.
don't know. It's weird. And Chase in chat says poor Deckham was shooketh. Glad to have you, Chase. But you are right. He was. But yeah. So look, I feel like there's more secrets to be revealed about these characters.
The name of the ending
and...
is Last Theater, which feels appropriate for this type of show.
You're absolutely right. Thank you, the Otaku Empire, for covering up my mistakes.
So
somebody shame bell me. I haven't been shame belled in a while, and I think I deserve it. I think somebody in chat. We have the Nightbot that does the commands. Do the shame. I deserve it for that. Chase in chat says I couldn't be bothered getting up
and skipping into the intro and outro. They fit well and wasn't bad either. It was good. Let us know more. Did you enjoy the opening and ending? I enjoy the opening quite a lot.
There's my shame bell. I deserved it.
Let's talk.
On to Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu.
The opening for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Episode 2, For Myself, is the name.
Yes. Is Kiki Katan by Eve. They do covers. Eve does covers as a Vocaloid, J-pop, and some of his other songs are Outsiders, Last Dance, and Demon Dance Tokyo. Like, I'm probably going to listen to more of his songs. When I was doing the research on, very, very interesting. But
Jujutsu Kaisen opening.
Yes, that's the opening.
Look,
and
both openings are fantastic. They are both fantastic. They're both great. I love them both. Yes. I love the art in both. But I will admit, Death Parade's opening
you're
is
probably
going
to make fun of me. I still listen. I still listen on my YouTube the opening to God of High School from last season because that opening was also fire. I know you didn't like it, but I did.
No.
I'll be your contradiction.
I much prefer Death Parade.
Don't at me. Death Parade's good though.
Don't like dubstep. I don't like it.
And I like One Piece, but don't like dubstep.
Yeah. I don't know what either of those things have any correlation to each other.
I don't know.
One Piece and dubstep are very opposite.
Chase in chat says he binged Death Parade in one day. Look, you shouldn't have went ahead of us. Shame. Shame on you. Shame bell yourself, good sir.
I would do the same.
But anyway, so Jujutsu Kaisen.
Where episode 1 ends.
Yes. And
basically right where episode 1 ends.
Yeah, we're our black-haired dude. What the heck is his name? Starts with
his name is Fushiguro. His name is Fushiguro Megumi. Because his father didn't care about him and was basically like that Johnny Cash song. You ever heard A Boy Named Sue? Johnny his song.
I see you in chat. Don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it. Yes. Moving on.
But do you know about that song? Do you know about A Boy Named Sue?
I've heard of it.
So for those of you who don't know, Megumi is typically a female name in Japan. And Megumi's father gave him that name regardless of gender because Megumi's father didn't care. And so in the song A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash, his father does the same thing. Before his father leaves, he names his son Sue, and basically the story of the song A Boy Named Sue is this guy trying to find his father to kick his ass for naming him Sue. And when he finally does find him, yeah, I don't care. When it's gonna be bleeped out, it's fine. But when he finds him, he they fight and they tussle, and he's just like, his dad's like, you ought to thank me for naming you Sue because it made you tough. It's messed up. Yeah, it's messed up.
Okay.
Because he got beat up for being named Sue. So yeah, that's I think that's funny because it's pretty much a correlation between the two.
Chase in chat says, "LOL can't comment on Angel's Taste. Still listen to Skillrick sometimes. It's not bad.
Yeah,
okay, I like
Chase
it.
knows a boy named Sue. Yeah, my name is Sue. How do you do?
Cultured
now
as
you're gonna die."
But anyway, so Megumi's like, yeah, we're going to kill you, and Yuji's still looking all tatted up. He's all looking all tatted up, and he's like, it's fine, and tats fade, and they kind of go back and forth. And then, like, his threatening aura starts dissipating, and then then Sensei appears. Now we saw
Gojo Sensei.
We saw this dude, you know,
I
the
love
black,
him.
the black,
Do you love him?
whatever.
Yeah, he's got a bandana around his eyes.
He probably needs those to see, so I don't know. I don't know why he has a bandana over his eyes, but
it's not to see.
Sensei shows up, and then he's like, he's a dude from episode 1. That was my train of thought. The dude that had him all chained up.
Yes, Gojo Sensei had it tied up, but he starts taking photos of Fushiguro as he's all beat up, and he's like, I'm going to send these to the 2nd and 3rd years.
Yeah, because he was all beat up. It's very chill, and he makes fun of him and takes pictures. And then they stopped by because higher-ups asked if they found the cursed object.
Yeah, they kept bugging him about a missing cursed object, so he had to show up. And
Yuji's like, I ate it.
And he's like, for real? And they're both just like, for real.
Yep.
And he goes over to him and he starts looking him over and he's like, it really did combine with you. Hilarious.
Yeah, he just found it hilarious. And he asked if your body's okay and if he could swap with the curse.
And he swapped with
Yuji's
Sukuna
like, sure.
and give us 10 seconds. He's like, give us 10 seconds and then swap back.
And then Yuji's worried, and then he's like, "No, I'm the strongest. It's fine."
He has Fushiguro hold on to his Kikufuku, which is a type of mochi, by the way, and he starts discussing as to why this mochi is not a souvenir, because he plans on eating it on the train ride back. And he's just like, listen, you have to understand that this mochi is very special and blah blah blah. And while he's doing that, Yuji switches with Sukuna and goes to attack him, and we just see like a cloud, and then Gojo Sensei is literally, as Sukuna's like bent over, he's just sitting on him.
Look, he also like shows off. He's like, look, I gotta show off to my students.
He tells him, because my student's watching, I'm gonna show off a little bit.
Yeah, and very fast, and he just yeets Sukuna, like,
yeets him. Boom.
Oh yeah, and
this fight's so good, and it's 10 seconds.
It was good though. Like, it's not describable, but it was good. If you have not seen this anime, you need to watch it. It's like, so good. Watch it with us. Catch up with the 2 episodes. It's only 2.
Yeah, Sukuna says that, you know, no matter what the era, Jujutsu sorcerers are annoying, and he goes to attack Gojo and he knocks him into the school building, and like the smoke starts clearing, and Gojo has like his finger up, and you see the rocks are floating, and he's like 7, 8, 9.
He's counting
10, and Yuji switches back.
He suppresses the Sukuna, the cursed dude.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, it's annoying. But he comes back. And then he hears his voice, but he hears Yuji's voice in his head, though, and it's kind of interesting. And then then the sensei just pokes his head.
Yeah, he pops him in the head. He Naruto's him. He pops him in the head and makes him go CP.
Yeah, he passed out. I don't think you can binge it. It's still episodic at this point because it's a new anime.
Airing. But he sees use for Yuji as a vessel.
Yes, he does. We find out what that is here in a bit.
And he talks to Fushiguro. He asks Fushiguro his opinion, and Fushiguro says he wants to save Yuji no matter what.
Yeah, even if he is a vessel, regulations demand execution, but I don't want him to die, kind of thing. And he's like, do something about it, Sensei. And Sensei just picks Yuji up and puts him over his shoulder.
If it's a request from my student, I'll have to.
Just leave it to me, kind of thing.
I
can't do one by one. Chase, I feel that. Look, you'll just have to watch it with me.
I love Gojo Sensei so much.
And then we go to the room we see in the first one where Yuji's all tied up and bound, and Gojo Sensei is saying he's going to be executed, yada.
He currently has a stay of execution a little bit. Of execution.
But he makes a lot more dramatic than we did.
Yeah,
but
he starts describing Sukuna, the fingers, shows off that they're basically indestructible. They can't be destroyed. And
exactly.
He talks about how there's 20 pieces and the school has 6 pieces.
I at the same time as you said 20, I'm like 20, and Yuji's like what 10 fingers and 10 toes, and he's like no, he had forearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, forearms. Like casually, like that's something that people just normally do.
Well, Sukuna was a curse, so
Mm.
You've seen how curses look.
You're right. But like we get a little bit of an origin, and I'm
later.
still like, at what point did he just sprout an extra pair of arms?
There's a reason for that if you learn more about how curses form.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then so he said he showed it was indestructible. He blasted it through a wall. And
into
so
a
they're
wall.
like
into it.
It like made a divot in the wall. And so they're getting stronger every day, and the seals can't contain it. But when Yuji dies, so does the curse.
The curse inside him will also die.
We also see that Sensei has a lot of disdain for the elder.
Yeah, he does not like the elders.
No,
but the elders want Yuji dead.
And he demands that I'm getting another damn phone call.
But the elders want
not right
Yuji
now, Mother.
Dead.
But yeah, so pretty much, and they want his death now, and if they have no guarantee but they have no guarantee that another vessel will come around because Yuji can handle the curse.
And he states that he pretty much gives Yuji choices. You can die now or die later. Pretty much.
After we get all 20 fingers and you swallow all of them and be completely possessed by the entirety of this curse, and then we kill you. Or you die now.
Yeah.
And so pretty much if he got killed after he had all of the curse, this curse would not exist anymore. It would die with him.
Yes. So.
Just tell Angel's mom to watch OtakuCast every Sunday at 5:30 PST on Twitch. I need to. Like, mom knows better.
So.
Jeez, mom.
Then we kind of cut to Yuji's
and we have the opening then. The opening just played at that point.
Yes.
So
the awesome opening.
Now he's got to eat not 1 but 20 fingers.
Yes.
This poor guy. Nom nom.
Oh yeah.
So then we have Yuji visiting his ghost club at the hospital.
The dude's in the coma, and he sort of like explains everything about the curses, says he's sorry, and he's like, there's somewhere I have to go now, and he leaves them. And
pretty much.
We find out where he's going is to a crematorium, and Gojo's like, oh, who died, and he says it was his grandpa, and Gojo apologizes, and he sort of like they have this discussion about kind of what to do.
Otaku Empire says put some salt on them fingers. Chase says how long does it take for moms to leave their offspring alone when important things are going on?
Never happens.
They will and we also need seasoning. I would prefer some garlic, maybe braised in a nice butter wine sauce before I nom some fingers.
Yeah, so but we get from Gojo that he explains that finding, like, because Yuji's like, is it always like this as a sorcerer? And Gojo's like, finding a torn up body is on the better end of things that happen as a sorcerer. It's a good day when all you find is a torn up human body. That's a good day.
And he's pretty much warns him that if Yuji takes his path of chasing down all the fingers, that he will see so much bad stuff that he might die himself. And then he says
that way.
And he says, choose your hell, which I really enjoyed that quote.
Yeah, choose your hell. And then so we get Yuji is
with Grandpa's remains,
putting Grandpa's bones and his ashes into a jar.
Yeah, and he's thinking about Grandpa.
Thinking about Grandpa, having a little bit of flashbacks, and
he's like having a little bit of a think about if all parts of the curse are gone, and and he's
Gojo,
all that stuff.
And then he asks Gojo for the finger, and he's like, "Oh, looking at it, it's gross," and he eats it. And he doesn't transform.
He just like, randomly eats. Okay, hold on.
So gross.
I had a problem with this. They're in a morgue or a crematorium or something like that. What if he had a bad reaction to eating finger? What if Sukuna took over and in this public location, wouldn't it be smarter if they went, okay, let's go somewhere secluded and private just in case this goes badly? No, just let me have that finger. Oh, no, right here in public. Delicious.
Have you not noticed that Yuji is number one, not the smartest person in the world, and Gojo Sensei is probably the person least concerned with safety and
Gojo
standards.
Sensei was just carrying it around in public.
Look,
this very
have you not
dangerous
figured
cursed
out?
object.
Have you not figured out Gojo Sensei yet? He thought it was hilarious when the cursed item went missing, and then he thought it was hilarious when it combined with Yuji. He has no care.
Look, you're right.
His F-ometer is 0. There's no F's to give. His F-ometer is at 0. But he literally states that
he's like, yep, that's number 2, 1/10 of the way there.
Yeah, he's got 1/10 the whole, and he says that he's impressed and that someone with this sort of talent has not appeared in 1,000 years.
Yep. And Yuji feels like the power. He grabs his test, gasping, laughing.
Yeah, he starts laughing. He's like, tastes so gross, I have to laugh.
And then he represses it.
Yeah, that's when he says that he haven't seen talent. And he says that he's pretty much going to go after, eat all the parts of Sukuna. He doesn't care about what happens to him after that. And Gojo's like, I like people like you. Looks like a fun hell awaits.
You describe so fast. Hold on, I gotta catch up with your.
It's fine.
That's fun hell. Okay, fun hell.
That's when he tells Yuji to get packed.
And then he's like, make sure you're packed by the end of the day. And he's like, where are we going?
Where are we going? And Fushigura's like, Tokyo.
Yep.
Going to Tokyo.
And then we kind of Yuji, and then we're Yuji, and he's like, you're looking good, but black hair's all banged up. Black hair comes back.
Yeah, he's like, you call this looking good? Look,
yeah,
minor things for that one. He
but
is beat up.
Yuji was being nice though. I mentioned that because that's just Yuji. Like, he's an idiot, as most main characters are, which we discussed in another episode. But
he's not being nice. Yuji's messing with him. Yuji.
You know, it's still like they have this rivalry thing, so it's still, I consider that being nice because it's funny, and obviously Yuji was messing with him in a lighthearted way to try to cheer him up, and it was just a little funny.
Yuji's gonna go to the Jujutsu Technical School, the Tokyo Metropolitan Jujutsu Technical School, and he's gonna be their third first-year student.
3 first-year students.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of Jujutsu sorcerers.
For now.
So he leaves, he prays at the Yuji, Itadori.
The family grave, and he says goodbye to Grandpa.
Yeah, and we find out that the school is deep in the mountains of Tokyo.
But also in Tokyo.
Yeah, and because it's on the outskirts.
Yeah, but we find out Fushiguro is healing up. And that there's only 2 Jujutsu education facilities to the public.
They act as a private religious school to the public.
But they act as more than just a school. They are a base to the Jujutsu sorcerers. They offer support and missions. It's like a headquarters or a base for everyone who does the curse work. But now they have to go for a meeting with the principal. And this dude, we'll get to that, but this dude. Anyway, so meeting with the principal. And Sensei tells him, like, look, don't screw up. He could reject you. So you got to go full out. You just,
pretty much, you mess up this interview, you're going to die.
Then a mouth on the side of Yuji's face just...
Yeah, opens up. It's literally Sukuna, and he's like, any system you're not the boss. Any system not based on strength isn't worth it.
Pretty much. And Yuji just, like, puts his hand over it, and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, that happens sometimes.
But Sukuna's mouth comes out on his hand, and he states that he owes Gojo one, and Gojo's just like, oh, it's an honor to be targeted by Sukuna.
And he's like, yeah, you'll be the first one I kill when I'm in control.
Yeah. So we find out
Sensei's just like, sure you will, buddy.
So here's the deal. We find out Ryumen Sukuna, it was an imaginary god with 4 arms and 2 faces, but he was a human that existed at one point.
See, he was a human, and then he was an imaginary
over 1,000.
God?
Okay, I can explain if you want me to explain how curses work.
Spoilers, and don't. If we find out more later, then don't do it.
No, you find out in this episode exactly. They tell you.
Oh, well then we'll hit it at the end of the episode.
No,
I don't think they did. I think this was the story time we get.
No, you do find out. You found out in the previous episode because curses grow in places like schools because of the
activity,
negative emotions.
Okay, but it was back in the golden age of jujutsu. Sorcerers gathered to defeat him, and they couldn't even destroy his grave wax. Apparently,
if you guys don't know what grave wax is, that's what happens to your fat when you die. It becomes
Ew.
solidified it. Yeah, it's literally that's what grave wax is. It's really gross, but that's what it is. And so
Kaka.
that's how powerful even just his grave wax is. Cannot be
So this
destroyed.
dude traversed after death and through ages as
As
a cursed object,
objects.
the king of curses.
Yep.
And Yuji's like, who's stronger, you or him? And
He's like, well, yeah, if he was full powered, it might be a bit draining. And he's like, oh, you'd lose? And Gojo's just like, nah, I'd win.
100%. He's just so confident, it's hard not to believe that he would win. But they enter the building, and they're 8 minutes late, and
the principal informs him. Yeah, the principal's making these little dolls, and he informs him, you're 8 minutes late, which isn't late enough to scold you for, but I've told you to fix that habit. And he's like, well, if it's not enough to scold me for it, why are you scolding me for it?
Yeah, pretty much. I find the back and forth cute. But so Sensei introduces the principal Yaga Masamichi. And Yuji's Masamichi. And Yuji introduces himself, professing interest in Jennifer Lawrence.
He says, my name is Itadori Yuji. I like girls like Jennifer Lawrence.
Of all the things you could say,
he likes Jennifer Lawrence.
It's so specific.
Look,
I don't.
I agree with Yuji.
Look, Jennifer Lawrence is amazing, but that's just a random thing to say at an interview to get into the school.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is very random. So the principal kind of berates Yuji and questions his drive and his morals, why he wants to join. And I'm trying to get us through this little intro where he's like, look, being a jujutsu sorcerer is terrible. You're gonna regret life. It's you need a strong reason. And
pretty much
he activates his cursed doll, which is his cursed corpse doll that will attack until he gets an acceptable answer from Yuji, which they don't tell you in the anime, but they do tell you in the manga that the doll's name is Kathy.
Kathy?
Yes, the doll's name
is
Kathy.
The little green bear dog thing?
Kathy. It's a kappa. Okay?
Got it. I was thinking Kathy, not Kappy.
No, it's a kappa, but its name is Kathy. Cathy.
Kathy the Kappa. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's literally in the manga. He says her name is Kathy, by the way.
So they attack. Yuji fights off the thing, and he's going back and forth with the principal about his reason for doing it. He's like, "Oh, it's my grandpa," and he's like, "That's not good enough. It was a dying wish, still not good enough."
Yeah, and he's like, "That's still somebody else's thing." He's like, "To be a jujutsu sorcerer, you got to be a little crazy and highly motivated."
Kathy the Kappa sits there and taunts him for a bit, slapping the plushy booty at him. It was kind of entertaining,
and the principal hits him with if you continue on this way, you're just going to end up cursing your grandfather. And he's like, you say some harsh things, and he's just like, that's what education's about, making people come to realizations.
And then Yuji has a little bit of an internal dialogue with himself, and he's never felt. He's always been best at. Yeah, he's always been really good at things. Fighting. But he's never felt like it's something that was uniquely something only he could do.
Yeah, and he's like, even if he left this school, Sukuna would still be always on his mind. And even if he was reading manga or hanging out with friends, he'd always think like, man, somebody out there is dying, and I could be stopping this.
I mean, I don't think he has that option. He pretty much has a choice of impressing the principal or getting executed. So, I mean, but I understand what he was getting at.
Yeah, but Yuji passes. The principal passes him, tells Gojo, tell him the rules, show him his room, blah blah blah. And
notice the doll got a sucker punch in there at the end.
Sucker punch. He's like, oh, I forgot to deactivate my curse.
Oops.
So they go out to the dorm, and Gojo tells him that
Yuji just loves his room.
Yeah, he's looking around. He's like, hello, is anybody home? Into his closet and stuff. He starts putting up a poster of who I'm assuming is an American model.
And then Sensei's like, you don't have to do it. You could just stay here and be safe and comfortable, and I'll go out. Yeah,
you don't have to fight. You can, and Yuji's just like, no, I got to do this. I want to go out and fight. He's like, though it would be funny to see a beat up Fuchiguro come in and bring me fingers.
That'd be funny.
Which Gojo agrees. It would be funny.
Yeah,
but also,
Gojo.
There was no way you're not gonna not fight. You have to fight. Haha. And he's like, oh, you were testing me.
If I had those superpowers, I would want to fight too. Like, And then he says that it's not going to be easy to find them, and some are already absorbed into other curses, which is going to make them more troublesome. But he reveals that Yuji is able to sense them because
he's a radar. It's not that Yuji will sense them; it's that the curse inside of him will resonate with those curses, and they'll activate.
I was summarizing it. Sense works just as well.
That's a completely different thing. So
pretty much the sense, he's a locator and a vessel at the same time. So, and then Megimi's next door, and he's all healed up.
Doesn't want Yuji to bother him, and
he's like, there was a bunch of other empty rooms. You could have put him in any other room. And teacher's like, haha, troll. He just trolls his students. Yeah.
But then he says that they're gonna go pick up the third student.
Yep, but Yuji does peek in his room, and it's like, oh, this is a really nice room. It's so organized. And then we go to a train, and we see a girl that's been riding it for a couple hours on her way to Tokyo, hoping to get scouted. I'm imagining for a modeling agency.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about being scouted to be picked up as a model. And then we get an amazing ending.
End credits, Lost in Paradise by Ali Ali.
Yes.
It's a hip-hop funk band. Also do Alien, Liberty, and International.
It is amazing.
Other songs are Staying in the Groove, True Fiction, and Temptations. I don't like rap a lot, but it was a good one. It was a good one. But
song is still stuck in my head.
So you guys will have to join us next week for Anime Club and see what happens next. And let me know in the comments below if you guys have been watching these, if you're enjoying them,
Tell us your thoughts,
please,
on how awesome the openings and endings are.
After this, doing the post show, once again, Patreons only, but we're about out of time for today.
Yes.
So,
good to have you.
Good to have you. And, as always, we'll be back next week. Don't forget to join our Discord and all that other nonsense. And, do you have any final thoughts for us, DC?
No, I just really like this show.
I like both of our shows. So far, honestly, we have not had any animes that are we've had bad movies.
Yeah.
Really bad movies. I want to see Lou over the wall. I don't know why.
Thank you.
Lou over the wall.
Yes.
Lou over the wall was just awful.
But anyway, good. We're doing great.
Oh, Nulek says I posted a picture of a Mont Blanc on Discord. Am I saying that right? Mont Blanc?
I'm assuming
on Discord.
So,
Good night. Thanks for coming. I will go check that out here in a minute. We appreciate it. And see you next time. Bye.
See you later. Have a good night. Have a good
Goodbye.
evenings.
Sleepy tight. Sleepy sleepies.